Tottenham Hotspur target and Feyenoord boss Slot has come out and said if he leaves somewhere, he likes to leave in a positive way. And the Premier League is the #1 competition in Europe. Spurs are being linked to a Sporting star and scouts are tracking the midfielder. And a former Premier League player, now radio pundit, has come out and said that Spurs need to get rid of Dyer, Lenglet and Sanchez in the summer and get some new players in. Newcastle up next, and we haven't won away for 6 games. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Now let's start by talking about the 5 results in the Premier League from Saturday afternoon. Fulham beat Leeds 2-1 at Craven Cottage. Brentford drew 1-1 against Aston Villa. Crystal Palace drew 0-0 at Selhurst Park against Everton. Leicester beat Wolves 2-1. And Liverpool beat Nottingham Forest 3-2 at Anfield. Now on Sunday, 2 Premier League games will take place. Bournemouth will take on West Ham. And Newcastle, of course, will take on Tottenham Hotspur. After those 5 results from Saturday afternoon, Spurs remain 5th in the Premier League table. We have played 31 games. We have won 16, drawn 5 and lost 10. We have a goal difference of plus 12. We have 53 points. Now, after Liverpool's win on Saturday, that puts them up to 7th. They are now only 3 points away from us. They have played the same amount of games. And Aston Villa remains 6th in the table. They have 51 points now from 32 matches. Now, the team news for both Newcastle and Tottenham Hotspur ahead of the Premier League clash on Sunday at St James's Park, 2 p.m. kickoff. Sean Longstaff could return to Newcastle's starting 11 after only featuring as a sub against Aston Villa following a bout of tonsillitis. Fit again, Amaron is also in contention to start, but Alan St Maximin will remain out. Tottenham will assess Clement Lenglet, who was forced off injured against Bournemouth. If he is unavailable, the centre-back is likely to be replaced by Davinson Sanchez or Javat Tanganga. Lucas Moura completes a 3-match ban, whilst Emerson Royale, Ryan Sessegnon, Rodrigo Bentancur and Ipasuma are still all out. Ben Davies is back in training after recovering from a hamstring problem, but this game will probably come too soon for him. Now some facts and stats going into the Newcastle game on Sunday. Spurs have won 6 of their 8 most recent top-flight matches at St James's Park, drawing 1 and losing 1, including a 3-2 victory last season. Newcastle were unbeaten in all 8 of their league matches on a Sunday this season, winning 5 of those games. But Spurs are winless in 6 away games in all competitions since beating Preston 3-0 in the FA Cup on the 28th of January. We have drawn 2 and lost 4. It is our longest such streak since an 8-match run from August to November 2019 at the end of Mauricio Pochettino's tenure. The Tottenham Hotspur under-18s were in action on Saturday afternoon. 2 fine finishes from Hall and Iro saw our under-18s twice come from a goal down to draw level at West Bromwich Albion, only for the host to snatch victory with a 94th minute Jensen Sumnall free kick. Tottenham Hotspur under-18 coach Stuart Lewis after the game said it was a disappointing end to the match. We showed character to come back into it on 2 occasions, but unfortunately we lost the game at the end. Now, former Premier League player, now TalkSport pundit, Gabby Abonlahor has been talking to the Football Insider, and he has stated that Spurs need to get rid of 2 defenders, Clement Lenglet and Eric Dyer. But the club might not have the budget for 2 new centre-backs, so it might make sense to keep Eric Dyer on a new contract. If you look at the likes of Arsenal and other teams with reliable centre-backs, you understand that frustration. He's better than Sanchez and Lenglet, so you might want to keep Dyer as a squad player and get rid of them. But they've got to sort it out somehow and get new blood in that defence this summer. In the last couple of weeks, Spurs have been heavily linked with Feyenoord boss Arne Slot. Now, he was approached by Leeds United to take over at Elland Road in January. He turned the job down. Other reports are stating that Crystal Palace and West Ham are also eyeing a move for him this summer. Now, Slot spoke to ESPN about turning the Leeds job down and said, I think Leeds is a very nice club. The moment in the middle of the season, when you still have so much to play for at Feyenoord, I didn't think it was a good time to leave for England. Then there is also a huge challenge at Feyenoord. It was also much better from a family point of view to stay here for a while. The Premier League is, of course, the number one competition in Europe, although I follow developments in Italy with great interest. Slot also added, I think it is very valuable to leave somewhere in a positive way. A report has just been published by the Daily Express and now stating that Tottenham chief Daniel Levy completes first transfer deal for incoming boss. Tottenham have bolstered their ranks with the signing of a highly rated England youth international. The main report says that Tottenham have signed highly rated England under-17 star Callum Logan from Ipswich Town. The 16-year-old centre-back has apparently put the final touches on a deal to join Spurs Academy from next season. A move for Logan represents the North Londoners' first piece of business heading into the summer transfer window, which will open in early June. Logan has starred for Ipswich under-18s and under-21 teams and has apparently been courted by several Premier League clubs. Italian journalist and transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has stated that Spurs are again being linked with Sporting star Manuel Ugarte. He has come out and said he has been linked with Tottenham again. These links are always there. I think it's 1 or 2 years of Ugarte and Spurs links because Tottenham scouts are always attentive to the Portuguese market, as they were with the Pedro Porro deal. Now, my thoughts on these stories in this episode. Let's start by talking about Gabby Abon-Lahore's comments about Dyer, Lenglet and Sanchez. Do you know what? I'm completely with him. There is talk at the moment about Eric Dyer possibly signing a new contract at the club. There is also talk about Clement Lenglet joining the club on a permanent basis. I've seen many reports right from 12 million euros up to around 18 million euros. But apparently that deal is pretty close. That's going to go through very soon and he will become a permanent Tottenham Hotspur player. These decisions are being made without even having a manager, which is wrong in my opinion. I think the new manager, should have a big say in players staying at the club and new players coming in on a permanent deal. Sanchez, Dyer and Lenglet, I don't think are going to take us to the next level. They can't even do it at this level we are at the moment. And, that is no disrespect. That is not me being nasty to any one or three of these players. Me as a fan, I want the best. And we clearly aren't getting it at the moment. Arne Slot, of course, the Feyenoord manager, has come out and said if he leaves somewhere, he likes to leave in a positive way, which I think is a great attitude. And he has also said that the Premier League is the number one competition in Europe. I have absolutely no doubt that people like him want to come and eventually manage in the Premier League. But it's a very difficult decision for him because, of course, Leeds United approached him. He's doing extremely well in the Dutch league with Feyenoord right now. So why would he want to leave mid-season? Definitely in the January transfer window. I think when managers have their choice and they want to leave clubs and take on another job, it is always just before pre-season. Pre-season is absolutely paramount, so important to a manager to have to take pre-season and to start the season from afresh, get some players in that you want, reshuffle, reschedule the squad. So I think that if Arne Slot ended up coming to the Premier League, whether it be Tottenham or another club, it would be in the summer. Now, Spurs being linked to Manuel Ugarte again, of course, Uruguay international and plays for Sporting. Very good, capable player, but should we be scouting players at the moment? Should we be trying to sign players? Should we be offering new contracts out when we don't have a manager, when we don't know what the manager wants? I think this is a big problem at the football club, if I'm completely honest. Antonio Conte come out a number of times and said that, some of these players were club signings. Dan Juma didn't get game time under Conte, or very limited game time, I might add. Same as Jed Spence. So I think it's very, very important the manager has a say. Now, these next 8 days are going to be very, very difficult. 3 huge games. Newcastle away, Manchester United at home on Thursday, and then, of course, Liverpool away next Sunday. Wow, what an 8 days. This could really shape up where we finish in the league table, whether we're going to get in the Champions League, which is very unlikely, a Europa League spot, a Europa Conference League spot, or indeed no European football at all. Because I tell you what, when you look at the league table right now, things are extremely tight. Newcastle are just ahead of us in 4th. We're currently 5th. Aston Villa got a last-minute equaliser at Brentford on Saturday. They are just behind us in 6th place. Liverpool are in 7th. Of course, we play them next week. They beat Nottingham Forest at Anfield 3-2 on Saturday. It is going to be a very, very difficult 8 days. Spurs have to give absolutely everything. It'll be interesting to see whether Stellini changes anything at all. He's kept the same starting 11. He's kept the same formation since he's taken it over from Antonio Conte in the 3 games so far. Of course, the 1-1 draw away at Everton. Of course, we then beat Brighton, very fortunately. VAR decisions went our way. And then, of course, we lost 3-2 at home to Bournemouth last weekend. That one was a hard one to take. So it'd be interesting to see whether Stellini will mix things up, whether Danjuma will get more game time, or even his first start in the Premier League for Spurs. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Until the next time, come on you Spurs.